from the Office of the Disclosure. Tshifhiwa, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon here on ENCA. So you get information submitted to you by financial institutions. Maybe give us some highlights of this information. What is it telling you?
No, this particular information that we mostly receive from the financial institutions really speak to where we come from as a country. Because if you look at how the financial institutions have continued to give loans to the consumers, it still paints a picture where the majority of the people who continue to enjoy the fruits of this freedom happens to be historically advantaged individual, in the sense that when you look at the kind of loans that they receive and the level of treatment that they receive from the financial institution, it continues to favor them, as it was indicated by the data that we receive from the financial institution as part and parcel of their reporting to Office of Disclosure. And some of the reasons that they have continued to raise, again, they somehow speak to where we come from as a country, and without really addressing the real issue that we continue to face as a country of addressing issues of inequality within society.
Okay, so one would look at these numbers, and the first thought might be, are these financial considerations that the banks are making, commercial considerations, or are there other reasons?
One will assume that it's a financial consideration, but banks happens to also be part and parcel of society, and they should also be an instrument of change, to change the spatial planning and also transform society, because they cannot operate as a solo in an environment where we know where we come from as a society.
Yes, 100%. So, where to from here then? Because, like you're saying, this has been happening for a long time now. Where do we go to from here? What do we do? What does government do? What do you do with this information?
The real challenge here is that if the bank don't come to the party, it will continue regressing the efforts that government has been putting in place in making sure that we transform the economy through spatial planning, and also making sure that we house our people. Because if you look at how this thing has been affecting mostly historically disadvantaged individuals, they continue to be in the rental space, and yet when you compare the rental amount and the bond that they could have, that those properties that they are renting on, you will mostly find that those rights are almost equivalent to the amount of bond that these people could have been paying towards the bank. And again, though that is only for those who are fortunate enough to pay the rental. Others are then forced to stay a little bit away from the economic hub, and therefore they end up spending so much time traveling to the economic hub, and that on its own, they deny them an opportunity to participate or to invest, but to be part and parcel of the investment community within our economy, and therefore that on its own, it also affects the living standard that these people would have also been enjoying as compared to their counterparts who happens to be historically advantaged.
So some might say social housing, you're talking about social housing here, you're talking about social factors versus commercial factors, and social housing, that's up to the government.
That's true. Socializing is up to the government, but remember, you also have the missing middle that the banking sector has to come in, so that it can able to assist the government in making sure that at least they also get an opportunity to have access to housing. Because we cannot leave everything to government as a society. Banking sector also has to come and play its part.
Okay, so they disclose all these figures to you. Do you communicate with them? Do you at any point sit down with these banks and to maybe paint that picture that you're painting to us, that the banks need to also play their role?
we continue to engage them, and as we speak now, we have been engaging with them in terms of other issues that we have been discussing for the past 1 year, where we want to change certain things, and they've been coming to the party. Although this process has been somehow moving at a snail pace, we are hoping that maybe with this report, then they may be able to come to the party and able to assist government to address some of the challenges that we have been raising with them.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us this afternoon. That's Tshifhiwa Mphigalale, the Deputy Chairperson of the Office of Disclosure, talking to us about the housing, well, not the housing situation, about their report that when the information that's submitted today by financial institutions to the Office of Disclosure and its impact on housing affordability for the gap market, saying why it is crucial for things to change at the present moment.